Hey, Tony. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank
Great.
you.
Awesome. I wanted to start. This is the first episode we're doing for Pod, People of Durham. And I wanted to start with just saying one thing really quick. This is an exciting time to have interesting people on, tell their stories. And I'm really thankful that you agreed to sitting down with me and to
Well,
tell your story.
I'm honored actually to be episode one. So this is the pioneer. Let's go. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, thank you. And how did we meet? How did we get together? Let's tell that story.
So it's funny. I'm a barefoot runner, and I'm assuming that's why you have me here. One of the interesting people of Whitby, and it was mid-February. I was out for my daily barefoot run. You know, it had just snowed. And I can't remember the street, but I'm running up the street, and there you are. You waved me down, and you asked if you could film me. We did. We exchanged numbers, and here we are. So it was just a fluke almost, but it's the way most people in Whitby get to know me. It's a fluke. I'm just out running barefoot. They stopped, asked a few questions, and there you go.
I love that. That's great. Yeah, that was a moment that something clicked in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I've seen this guy over the course of 15 years. I've seen you because I used to live up in Brock and Taunton. I've seen you run along Taunton, everywhere in Whitby. And this was you were within talking distance. So I said, you know what? That's it. I'm going to ask him what he's up to. How are you doing? Make a quick little video for you, which was super fun. And then one thing led to another, and then now you're in here, right? So yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun, and I love that you wanted to even talk about the listing that I was capturing for a real estate agent. I think that's really smart marketing. Actually, yeah. That would have done really well. But to bring it back to why you're here and who you are. For those who haven't seen you running around in the Durham region or in Whitby, can you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us what got you into barefoot running?
Okay, sure. Yeah. So my name is Tony. I'm a 60-year-old proud Canadian, born and raised in Toronto. About 35 years ago, moved to Whitby. Have been a resident of Whitby since. Love the town of Whitby. Love what it has to offer. I'm an avid marathoner. I've been running since high school cross country. But for the last 18 years, I took my shoes off and I'm a barefoot marathoner. So what got me into barefoot running? When I hit 42, around 42 years of age, I started to feel some aches and pains, and, I attributed that to, just getting older. But perhaps it was the shoes I was wearing. So I explored, did some research, to see if there were different type of shoes I could wear. And I stumbled upon some books and articles and studies that show that barefoot running is actually the most natural way to not only walk, but to run, right? As creatures on this planet, we're designed barefoot, right? The caveman did it many years ago. Biology and science says this is the way the human creature is designed. And I explored that avenue, and that led me into taking baby steps, right? Didn't just get rid of shoes and start running marathons barefoot overnight, but that's where my journey as a barefoot marathoner started, with the baby steps. And here we are 18 years later, still running marathons, but just not wearing shoes.
18 years, that's amazing. That's awesome. I want to take a good look at your feet actually later at the end of this.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting a really great thumbnail actually for a photo. I have an idea.
Yeah.
You must have the most durable, well-prepared, incredible, natural human feet.
So they are leather. They feel like leather. And over years, you will build up that strength on your feet. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but
Yes.
you see me running in the winter. I'm accustomed to salt. Like the
amazing.
sidewalks are full of salt, but I've actually, my feet are tough enough now where I can, run through salt as well.
That's incredible. I tried doing it once years ago when I was a late teenager, because I knew that it was an interesting thing to do, and I had blisters, terrible blisters the day after. I only ran a single block around. So actually, that leads into a good question. If someone is interested in doing this, the safety precautions, what do you think would be a good routine for someone to try?
So a good routine, before I get into barefoot running.
Yeah.
With running, always wear sunscreen, number one, okay? Drink lots of water before, during, and after, right? Eat as you're before, during, and after running. Obey all traffic signs and all, lights and laws, okay?
Yes.
Now, with barefoot running, you're going to have to start slow, baby steps, right? So as an example, the way I did it is if I was running 10 kilometers, I would still do my normal routine, my normal running routine and training. But at the end, maybe the last half kilometer, I would take my shoes off and just walk around the block for the last half kilometer, right? Mm-hmm. You do that for a couple, 3 weeks, and then, then you build it up to just walking a kilometer. And before you know it, you're doing more running than you are walking, and you're doing more barefoot than you are wearing shoes. So again, you have to be very cautious. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but until you try it, you don't know if this is something that would be good for you.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, those are really good points of caution to help with people. Want to bring it back, actually, before getting too far ahead of ourselves. You're kind of a local legend around here. How does it feel to know that people recognize you and talk about you as the barefoot guy running around? And
so I'm humbled now.
Yes.
I don't consider myself a legend or a local hero, whatever. I'm just the guy that loves to run. I'm a guy that loves nature. I love barefoot running. But yes, I know people do notice me. Mm-hmm. They do stop to ask questions, and I love that about Whitby is, I've made a lot of friends through running just because it's the same people I see every day. As an example, on a Sunday morning running north up into Heber, it's the same people that are out for their Sunday walk, right? Mm-hmm. So, I take pride in it, right? Nice. I take pride, people know me as the Whitby Barefoot Runner. Hey, if I can be the mascot, good. But I do meet a lot of people. I have met a lot of people. I try to stop, and I will stop if you have any questions.
That's nice, yeah.
You're a perfect example, right? You stop me, we exchange numbers. I consider you a friend now. So I've made a lot of friends just through barefoot running.
That's amazing. Heber Downs is beautiful too, you just mentioned. What are some other favorite places? Would you like...
I like the Heber. Along the Whitby shores there is very nice, some nice trails. But you know what? A sidewalk is a sidewalk. If it's flat, I don't, to me, I pick and choose as I'm running.
Nice, right.
So I let, I'll go out, and if something tells me to turn right, I turn right. If not, I keep going straight. But there's a lot of nice areas in Whitby, in Durham. The trail along the Whitby shores, it goes all the way down into downtown Toronto if you want, and it'll take you further east as far as you want to go. Just pick and find a nice route and, just enjoy nature.
That's beautiful. That's great, man. Yeah, awesome. And you said you've done a few marathons, too.
I've done many marathons, so I'm going to digress here a little bit. So, growing up, I played all the sports. My parents signed me up for hockey and soccer and baseball, basketball, whatever. But it wasn't until cross country in high school where I found my true love, my true sport, and that is endurance running. Okay, so it started off as a cross country runner in high school. Fell in love with the sport. By mid-20s, I was doing full marathons, and I've done many. I've done the big ones. I've done Boston, New York, Washington, Detroit, Toronto. So I've done my share of big marathons. As I get older in life now, I like to keep it more local. So these big ones are nice. They're very busy. Whereas the last couple years, it's been Muskoka or Georgina or Picton, right? Local marathons, smaller marathons. And these races, they actually cater to all runners. So not just the marathoner, but if you want to do a half, a 10, a 5K. And I try to find races where I can get my grandson, who's 6 years old, to participate in a kids run. So
that's great.
I find that the local ones, are more catering to those type of runners, whereas the big ones, Boston, New York, Washington, very busy. And, you can't have your family participating, even for them to meet you at the finish line, very busy. So, lately it's been more the local races.
Nice. Well, that's great. When you do run, do you, a runner's high is a real thing. Like it really
Absolutely,
definitely is.
100%.
Which is great. It's such an amazing feeling. Do you, when you run and you go on runs, do you listen to music? Do you just listen to nature?
So I don't listen to music. I'm very focused. I love nature. I listen to birds. I listen to the wind. I listen to my heartbeat. I can feel my breathing. With all due respect to music, which is if that's what you need to get you through your race, I encourage you to do that. But I want to be one with nature, and I find just being focused on myself and my, the surroundings is what works for me.
Nice. That's great. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, especially through Heber Downs. And the time of year, if it's the right time of year, like coming up now in May, birds chirping, things are coming back alive.
You'll love it. Walk in there if you have to, but just get out into Heber and along the Whitby Lake shore. It's
and so actually that leads me into another topic too, is like grounding with the earth. Do you and what are some other holistic and health things do you be mindful of?
So grounding is number one, but your diet is very important. Being hydrated is very important. I like to do yoga. I find that helps with running as well. But just being out in nature is what I take comfort in. That's my when I'm really at peace is out with nature.
I hear you. Now in these times, in these days, everyone's
Absolutely
glued to their phones.
Well, it's there's a lot of stuff happening out there now. You can read the news, you can watch the news, but if you put this down for an hour, half an hour, 10 minutes, just leave that behind and get out. And Mother Nature is a free gym, right? Mother Nature doesn't charge you. Mother Nature never closes. It doesn't matter what the season is. She's open 24/7. So there's really no excuses to get out, step away from the office, step away from your phone, and just enjoy what Mother Nature has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think that, the human body is a battery too, and we need to recharge with the sun. Actually, one of my guys that work for me, our marketing director, Sean, he was even saying, he asked me, I need to take an hour between 12 and 1 o'clock to go to the gym. So, or just get outside and walk around, take a break. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Of course, please do. And after a week of doing that, he's come back and he said, I feel recharged. I feel great. And what does that mean for me, for my business and everything, and his productivity? It means it's going to go up too. It means he feels better. So I think it's really important.
100%.
Keep our batteries charged.
And being physically and mentally healthy, because when you run, whether it's barefoot or with shoes, or whether you ride a bike or a skateboard, rollerblades, it doesn't matter, right? It's not only a physical benefit, but it's also a mental benefit. It's going to help you with your anxiety and depression, if that's what you suffer from. So getting out and enjoying nature, the gym, if you have to go to the gym, that's fine. If you want to do team sports, basketball, hockey, whatever. But all of that is not just the physical benefit, you will benefit mentally as well. And yeah, you will be more productive at your job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's funny, hearing this for maybe like the odd listener, they might seem like, well, yeah, that makes sense. I've heard this before. But now with like a 9-month-old and bringing raising a life, a child, it's like I'm relearning everything. It's
Exactly.
like, what do I need to do to make the most for my daughter? And
Exactly.
it's like, really hyper focusing on like, okay, nature, like how much nature, what's too much, what's too little.
Well, there is a happy balance,
Yeah.
right? But again, get your daughter, a daughter you said?
Yes.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
9 months. Get her in a stroller and get her out. And she'll sleep better. She will sleep better. I've been through it too. I've got 2 kids. They're adults now. I've got a grandson. And I know when they were colicky, what really helped was, in the stroller, out, breathing fresh air. They will sleep better. They'll be happier.
Yeah. Our first 4 months were difficult, colicky for sure. But yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Now that I'm thinking back, we took a walk through the new Port of Newcastle Trail.
Right.
Beautiful pavement, super long, right? Nice. You get a gorgeous view of Lake Ontario. And I think she slept really good that night.
Good,
now
good.
that I remember. Yeah, that's good. That's amazing. You have 2 grandchildren?
I have 2 kids and 1 grandson.
Oh, yes.
And so I've, he's, believe it or not, a barefoot runner. Now, obviously, when he comes over, I'll finish my run. I'll, get him outside, and him and I will run up and down the sidewalk a couple of times. So he calls himself a barefoot runner, and he is, right? It is what it is.
Amazing.
He's done up and down the sidewalk barefoot. So
Yeah, that's a big achievement.
Yeah.
That in itself to start is huge.
And like I said, I try to now when I sign up for a marathon, it's always with him in mind as well. I want him to. He does do other sports, soccer and gymnastics, all very good sports.
Nice.
But I want him to to fall in love with running, like his his grandfather.
Yes.
And it looks like he's heading in that direction.
Nice. That's great. That's a good family affair.
Yes.
Maybe one day everyone can run up and
Exactly.
down the sidewalk
you go,
together.
yeah.
I think it's great to bring attention and awareness to this, and it's great. And I think that, who knows, maybe if one person listens to this and tries it very safely, maybe barefoot, walking on a treadmill first to build a little durability,
Absolutely.
and then goes outside, right? Maybe we can convert someone into a barefoot runner.
And if not, oh well.
Yeah,
each
that's fine
their
too.
own, right? Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, when I was, I lived Brockton, and I mentioned, I'm a weird case. Sometimes I would just decide to run for a half marathon, something like 16 kilometers. I'd go from Taunton all the way to the lake and back. And I'm one that likes to listen to music, because usually when the music hits you, then you run a little faster.
Whatever works, whatever works.
But I commend you for going through any weather, any season, all the time. It's so good. You don't look 60. You look like you're in your early 50s, late 40s.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's amazing. And let's see. We're gonna cut this a little. Was there, maybe this one's quite interesting. So I think we went through quite a lot here. This one is interesting, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows. But how Was there a time that you might have doubted barefoot running, maybe early on or after an injury, and what kept you going?
So I wouldn't say doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Did I think early on in my barefoot running adventure that I would be running full marathons? No, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't call it doubt, but I didn't think I'd have the endurance and the stamina to run a full marathon barefoot, right? So I don't know if it wasn't injuries. It was just a different feel, right?
True.
And as a runner, any marathoner will tell you, like you're trained to take long strides, heel to toe, right? When you're running barefoot, it's little baby steps, and you're running on the balls of your feet.
Right.
So you're actually retraining, and you got to train your brain as well that you're not taking these long strides. So at first it was hard to adjust.
Yes.
And as a marathoner, you're also trained to look far ahead, like where you're running to. So your eyes are a kilometer out. Whereas with barefoot running, it's little snapshots. You're looking down 2 feet ahead, again, to make sure there's, no nails, no rocks, whatever. So it is an adjustment, okay? It will take time. So the early part of my barefoot running adventure was, is this going to really work for 26 miles? So not doubts, but, is this something I can do long distance? And I stuck with it and haven't looked back since, haven't put on a pair of shoes since. So,
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are there any products or anything that people can wear?
So there are those, they're almost like a glove for your. I'm not even sure what the proper term is, but they're like gloves for your feet, right? And it does give you the barefoot feel. I did try them.
You must have been more advanced, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I, I didn't feel good with those.
Yeah, right, I see.
I went straight, barefoot. But hey, again, try whatever works,
Yeah,
right?
that's fair.
And if barefoot running isn't for you, then it's not for you. It's
That's
not
true.
for everyone,
Yeah.
right?
That's absolutely true.
Maybe running's not for you.
Yeah.
Maybe cycling is. Maybe weights. Maybe baseball. Maybe, skateboarding, skiing, whatever,
Yes.
right? But find the sport, the activity you love, and stick with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's super crucial. Yeah. I have a rowing machine
Perfect.
that I use.
Yeah.
I love it. Good back exercise, arms and legs. But yeah, I mean, even just walking around, stretching.
Exactly.
That's what people got to do at least, at the
See,
very least.
my motto was forward is forward, right? Your distance doesn't matter. Your time doesn't matter. What matters is that you're moving forward. So when somebody comes to me and says, I'm going to run my first marathon, any advice? Yeah, move forward, right? Don't worry about the time, right? If you're doing a 5K, do 5K, 10K, half, whatever. Don't worry about your time.
Yes.
Move forward. You're going in the right direction. You're doing more than a lot of other people have done, right?
Yeah,
so when somebody says they get discouraged, they finished last in their age category, no. You beat all the people that are still sleeping, that didn't get up this morning to actually get out and run or try a race or try a marathon. You're not lost. You accomplished it, and, look at the positive, not the negative. There's 1 billion people, 8 billion people on this planet. A majority of them have never done a race or a marathon. You've beat all of those individuals.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
That's a great way to look at it. Absolutely. I remember there's one saying that stuck with me, and it's, a lot of people, they think, oh, I'm too busy. It's busy culture, right? But here's the saying, it's, someone busier than you
Right.
is doing it.
Exactly. And someone busier, and, again, like it doesn't have to be an hour. Maybe it's only 10 minutes today, right? There's 24 hours in a day. You can get away from your phone and your computer and your laptop for even 15 minutes a day, right? So I understand it. You know, you got a 9-month-old, and she's going to occupy most of your time. However, you're probably watching the hockey game tonight. So you know what? Instead of watching 3 hours of hockey, watch 2.5 hours. Go out and enjoy, do your activity for half an hour. There's always time. If you really want to do it, you'll find the time.
That's true. Yes, absolutely. What's the most unexpected benefit you've gotten from this lifestyle, whether it's physical, mental, or even social?
So honestly, for me, it's more mental. So, you know, like I said, I've been running since high school. So physically, I'm pretty physically fit.
Yes.
Okay. But what I found with the barefoot is because you're grounded, you feel it. You will feel, you know, the energy coming up through your feet. There's like, I don't know how many nerves in your feet and they get stimulated by barefoot running. It's science, it's biology. There's studies that prove this.
Yeah.
You will get that runner's high, and you will feel mentally better. 100%, I guarantee that. You release endorphins, you know, you get the runner's high. So for me, it's more of a mental benefit running barefoot.
That's great. I think that, yeah, I think anything that's only a physical benefit is probably doesn't exist, actually.
Exactly.
That's true. Do you have anything else in your regiment that, other than barefoot running, that you follow for your wellness regime?
So as I stated before, I like to do some yoga. You know, I do weights, but I'm more, to me, I'm not really into team sports. I did play hockey and you know, soccer, all of that fun stuff growing up. But what I find for me, running is my time. It's what I do alone.
Yeah.
I will stop and talk to anyone.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if someone does want to run, then I'm not going to say no. If you want to join me for a run, absolutely.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
But I like the moment I have with myself.
Yes.
And this is what I love about running is it's an individual sport. And I can do it anytime, right? So even if I'm going away on vacation, right?
True.
Don't have to pack anything. Don't even need to pack my shoes anymore. A pair of shorts, a T-shirt, and there you go, right? You run because nature never closes.
Yeah.
So it's a sport that you can do anytime, anywhere, and it's pretty affordable. It's, you know, you're not paying membership fees. You know, I know a lot of friends and family that golf. Well, guess what? That's a pretty expensive sport to have a membership at a golf club.
Yeah, equipment.
Equipment in hockey, right? So ice time. Running is a very affordable sport. And again, you can do it anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's you know, when you first mentioned about our ancestors running cavemen, like it is very true. The human body is very interesting because the way that our aerobic system works, you know, we will chase the animals until they get tired because they can't breathe the same way that we can, I don't think. And I guess, you know, with our bare feet, running through the rough terrain, the balls on the feet, right? It's super interesting. It's amazing. It's what nature has given us.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's good.
And if you look at all the other animals, don't wear shoes either, right? So, you know, that's all I'm doing. I'm just following in their footsteps, right?
Yes, yes. I guess horses have hoofs, but there's a different application.
But it's funny when you know, someone walking their dog stops and says like, "This must hurt," and I say, "Well, your dog is doing it, right?"
True.
You know, she's running or walking on the safe pavement I am. You know, I'm just doing the way we were designed by nature and biology and science.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Do you have any dogs?
No, I don't have any pets, but my son does. So again, you know, It's a sport where if you do have pets,
That's true. You could do that with them.
do it with your pets, right? Walk, and I see this all the time up in the Heber or down by the Whitby shores. I see people with their dogs, right?
Yeah.
So it's a sport that you can run with your pets. You don't need to leave them at home. So
Yeah, that's great. Has there ever been any memorable moments that, I mean, I'm sure there's been hundreds, but does any stick out that you'd like to share with people or with anyone, or just a moment with yourself?
So it's funny. I get stopped a lot. So when we first started this interview here, I mentioned about following all the laws, right?
Oh, yeah.
The stop signs and the signs, the lights. Share the sidewalk with pedestrians and cyclists and dog walkers, right? We share. Okay. Now, I did have an incident. This happened actually not too long ago, where I was actually struck by a vehicle.
Oh, geez.
Okay, so I had the right of way.
Yeah.
I had the green light.
Yeah.
I'm running on the sidewalk. The hands flashing for me to go, and the individual, the car also had a green light, but was looking far ahead.
Yeah.
Didn't look to see what was in the intersection, and at the last minute, he did see me. Yeah. I saw him. He slammed on his brakes. His door did clip my waist. I rolled over. No harm, no foul. No broken bones. He pulled over.
Yeah, right.
He was in shock.
Yeah,
I told
course.
him, we're good here.
Yeah.
I'm okay. We exchanged information. But the moral of the story is, they don't see you. Cars will not see you. The onus is on you as a cyclist or as a runner or as a walker, even though you've got the right of way, to make sure that, you make eye contact with cars around you.
Yeah.
And especially if you have kids, right? Like, we're taught at a young age, if the light's green and it's flashing that I can walk, that's what we're taught to do. And you see some of these kids, they go through the intersection on their bikes, on their skateboards, on scooters and rollerblades, and they have every right to do so because they've got the green light. But tell your kids that, the cars, they don't, especially when you're going at that speed, everyone's in a hurry to get somewhere fast. And, just make sure that you as a pedestrian, you make eye contact with your surroundings, whether it be, the car or a bike coming towards you, because you will lose.
Yeah.
Like, even though you've got the right of way, you will lose the battle. And I was lucky that day, but because I'm a very cautious runner, I'm a vigilant runner, and I know my surroundings, and that's why, I'm focused. I don't wear music. Right. I saw him at the last minute. He saw me. Right. So, moral of the story is, know your surroundings and, be safe.
That's amazing. I'm really glad to hear that you're okay from that incident. And
well, for what it's worth, I got up.
Yeah.
Went to him. He did. He made sure I was okay.
That's good.
I was fine, and I just kept running.
That's
so,
amazing.
There you go.
Honestly, that's incredible. You could have. You could have really ringed out.
And listen, you hear it on the news. Like, listen to the news for like half an hour. You'll hear about people getting hit.
Yeah.
And it's a very busy, not just Whitby, but anywhere. It's just busy out there, right? There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
There's cars. Everyone's focused on getting somewhere fast. And again, slow down. Whether you're running, driving, your destination is going to be there, right? Even if you're 2 minutes late, you know what? It's not going anywhere.
That's right.
So, you know what? Just better safe than sorry.
Yeah. It kills me being in the fast lane and, you're going 130, 140 with everyone else in rush hour, as we all do. And the guy behind you wants to go even faster.
You know what? He's not going. It's not going anywhere.
I know.
And again, it's the GTA, Toronto, Whitby, Durham, whatever. It's a fast pace, and I think we just need to slow down a little
100%.
bit and enjoy it.
100%. Yeah, and hopefully, making time for your physical body and your
Exactly.
mental mind, and I think people need to slow down and maybe take the shoes off.
Exactly.
Because even though you're running a little slower,
Yeah.
it's good for you,
Exactly.
right? In a different way that's intentional, of course. I drive almost like 50,000 kilometers a year, and it's really interesting that having eye contact and stuff. So I'm in subdivisions all the time, going between listings and stuff, and I almost always, I don't even want an incident. I'm just like, walk, just go. Like, you're right away.
And you know what? It's stop means stop.
Yeah.
So if you see a stop sign as a driver and as a cyclist, it means stop, not roll.
Yeah, true.
Right? Not, like
Stop for 3 seconds.
Stop for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And, you just don't want anything bad to happen. It's going to change a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of lives if, something like that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually kind of part of the reason why I even wanted to do all this, and to sort of digitize. This is the longest I've been on camera. This might be the longest you've been on camera, potentially. Maybe not. I don't know. Other than my wedding, I'm not sure. But to have this for my daughter, my daughter Diana, who's 9 months old, she can watch this one day maybe. If I'm driving home next year, and God forbid, I get into a terrible accident on the 401, that tends to happen at least twice a year or so. There's a couple of lives that get lost all the time. So like doing this is kind of part of the reason of that, is to just like this is like forever, right? This is not tape. This is going to be on the internet.
And this is what I appreciate. This is why I was honored and right away said yes. I'll be episode 1. It's in the archives. It's in the archives.
That's right.
So
I'll probably have you back too in the future too.
Anytime. And we can discuss other topics too. It doesn't have to be running, sports, whatever. But one good thing about social media is, as you said, it's there forever, right? So, my grandson who's 6, he's going to be able to look back at this video, anything I've got on Instagram. Like, so it's good, right? Like the technology is good. You got to use it in the right way. Don't spend too much time on it, but there are benefits, and I thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Couple last questions.
Absolutely.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Where's the next event that's coming up?
So my next event, I've signed up for the Georgina Marathon, which is in September. So in the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna enhance my training. So you will see the Barefoot Runner out more for longer runs.
That's great.
You will see me around Durham.
Yes.
So that's in September. And again, my grandson will be part of that as well.
Great.
They do have a nice little race for kids. So, he's going to continue.
That's great. Do you think if you could design an event, what would it be? What would it look like? And, would it be like all inclusive or,
So my event is one and all. Everyone's welcomed.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to wear shoes, good. If you don't, even better. If you want to ride a bike, if you want to, throw a football around. If I was going to organize an event, I would try to cater to anyone and all sports, right? So I wouldn't discriminate against anyone's hobby. So again, if it's, whatever you love doing, keep doing it. Find a sport, find a hobby that makes you happy. And so my event would include everyone and anyone.
Awesome. That's wicked, man. Tony, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. We still have a little bit of time until the Leafs play.
Yes, well, thank you. As I stated, I'm a proud Canadian, born in Toronto, love my local teams. So, hopefully it's been 57 years.
Yes.
Hopefully one of these years, and this feels pretty good. But again,
Yes.
I want to thank you
Yeah.
for inviting me to be your first guest. It's been an honor. As I stated before, I consider you a friend now, and
Thanks, Tony.
we met through barefoot running. So anytime you want to have me back, please don't hesitate.
That sounds
Pascal.
great.
And
I'd love to join you one
yes.
day too, maybe.
For sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Tony.
Okay,
Thank you
take
for
care.
coming.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.